Hello, and welcome to Feats and Fables, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons streaming game just for adventurers like you. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts by searching for Feats and Fables. If you want to catch us live and chat with us and experience our post-game show or post-show talk called Porch Lag, you can join us on Twitch TV from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights. Our entire backlog is on our YouTube channel. I'm Paige Lightman, your DM, and I'd like to welcome you to Aglarond, a peaceful pastoral land of half-elves. Our heroes of Aglarond are part of the Foresters, elite scouts and rangers charged with defending Aglarond, particularly against undead from the evil fascist nation of They. Our heroes have recovered a mythal artifact that has dragged them into the Feywild and into a conflict with the Shadowfell. Just want to point out, we got to the Feywild before it was cool. Our heroes are trying to find a way to repair a tear between the two planes so that they can take the mythal back to Aglarond. Previously on Feats and Fables, our heroes were heading to the destroyed winter city of Cendriane to try to go to the rift through the Shadowfell. So let's meet our heroes. I don't know. I'm waiting for it.
There you go.
Are you sure?
I mean, Joe, do we need to have chat do a sound check for us?
Yeah.
They are our sound technicians.
Yes.
Again.
All right, so let's meet our heroes. We have Victor Toussaint, a human eldritch knight fighter played by Ron Frankie.
Loosely human and quite cold currently.
Yes. We have Wildfire, a fire genasi evoker wizard played by Joe Streaky.
I'm looking forward to getting to the center of this city.
We have Ross, a lizard folk Drake Warden Ranger Barbarian played by Koda of Kodab Games.
Hello, everyone.
We have Malagar, a Drow Twilight cleric played by Dr. Andrew Wong.
Yes, my copy of the Drow travelogue for the Shadowfell suggests a number of lovely creperies and gelato restaurants we might find in the center of the city.
Fuck.
Wait. Are you sure you're not Rick Steves?
I am kind of the Rick Steves of free drow everywhere. I'm actually, I didn't want to talk too much about my other line of my other new project of releasing new travel guides. Faerun to the back door.
I'm cutting this off right now. We also have Belwyn, a dwarven paladin princess played by Ben Heisler, who's coming to us special tonight from the mountains of North Georgia.
Is it North Georgia or is it Tennessee? It depends on, if I step to the left. Yeah.
Apparently the mountains of North Georgia, not so much internet at the moment.
They're currently winning. The mountains are currently winning.
Yes.
We will keep you updated as the night continues on the state of the
I like the thought of just every so often Paige is going to be like, and let's check in on Ben.
I told you we
Still
should
no Ben.
have just gone with Semaphore.
Yeah, smoke signals might reach us more quickly from Mineral Bluff, Georgia, which is in Georgia, but you can see Tennessee from there.
You got to be careful, Paige. Some fans might stalk him.
I feel like this is just Paige's way of saying she forgot Ben in North Georgia. Like she was packing up and it's like a Home Alone situation.
Yes, yes.
No. Actually, he and I were both going to be at the cabin all week, and I even took a week off of work for it. But my parents decided they'd move this week, so I will be helping them with that because
I'm so
parents,
sorry.
Because
Yeah.
parents. That's how it goes.
Besides, if both of us were here, you couldn't be either of us.
Yes. That thing.
Thank you for that insight, Ben.
Yeah, sorry, we did not get one word of that. All right. So
See, that came out
that
perfectly
came
clear.
out perfectly clear.
That's what you get for taunting the internet gods. They'll allow your nonsense to get through.
All right, so you are in the ruined city of Cendriane.
I like Cendriane. I'm a big fan.
Yep.
It is destroyed. It looks like it's been bombed. There's barely one stone standing on top of another. It is gray and gloomy, and where most of this part of the winter area of the Feywild is a celebration of winter with, bright colors like the red of holly berries and cardinal feathers and the green of the trees and a blue sky and a flickering aurora at night that is in pink sunsets and purple sunrises. So it's normally very colorful and vibrant and very alive and gorgeous. And here it's sort of mournful and gray.
Paige, I will pick up a clump of awful cold snow in my claws, and I will say, "See, this is why the clans of the lizard folk do not settle in the foreboding north. This stuff is insidious. Look what it has done to this once vibrant culture."
It's actually rather beautiful, if you ask me.
So
I
we'll
didn't.
keep moving.
I'm
All right.
actually not sure that's the snow that caused this, but there's something certainly unusual. This doesn't really match much of the guide at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so even though Ben is not actually here, he is still leaving us with some of his blue ribbon puns. He's going to keep an eye out for Kodiaks, since all these stones are barely standing.
Point of inspiration, sir. Point of inspiration.
It's like Ben is actually here with us. It's almost like I can hear his voice.
Yeah, you can almost hear him.
It's almost like you could make out the words he's saying.
I think he's trying to communicate to us through some sort of musical instrument.
Ooh, maybe he's a ghost.
Is he a ghost in the machine?
Maybe.
No, he's just trying to communicate by flugelhorn at this point.
Ah.
So this is kind of a maze of tumbled blocks and half-crumbled walls and pillars and knocked-over buildings. Someone can make me a how am I gonna navigate through this check?
If only we had the ability to look at things from above.
What? How about that map book? Where's that book?
Paige, I can give you a survival check, if that would work.
That
Well,
would
why
work
don't we
lovely.
use this book? It helps us find things.
I thought
Malaga
that was
gets-
a book of Aglarond.
Well, it might have there might be an appendix. Malaga will grab the atlas and flip through it to the back. Find the section on...
Paige, I got a 25.
think it's-
I start investigating for paths through while Malagar is flipping to the appendix.
Ooh.
So is
Do I
this
get-
the
Yeah.
arcane cartographer's glossography?
Yes, I think it gives me
Magic
advantage
item.
on my roll.
Yeah, so you can make a history check with advantage.
Oh, history
Ow.
check.
The
I am
book-
rolling
yeah.
the wrong thing.
That book works across planes? That's impressive.
That is survival, sir.
That is survival. But, by deftly subtracting 2 from it,
Okay.
you get a history check.
So, Ross, I will get to your check in just a moment. So, the arcane cartographer's glossography does have maps of some of this area of the Shadowfell. However, they are of Cendriane as it is a city. Apparently, it's been only recently ruined in Eladrin time, anyway.
Now we're not in the Shadowfell yet, right?
Ooh,
Correct.
Actually, let me get a look at that. If you have the maps of Cendriane that was, like,
Yes.
I'll examine the maps page. Like, is there a place that like nobody's told us? Everyone has assumed we would just know where to go. Like, looking at the maps, does it feel self-evident that we would just know where to go in Cendriane for where this portal would be? Is there like a central square or like a?
There is a large central plaza, yes. And it seems to have buildings around it that look like palaces. Ross, you find, by actually digging through some of the snow, a perfect path to get you farther into the city.
It was like torture, but I think I have found a way forward.
That's good, I guess.
Well done, Russ.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't
is...
feel the cold with your ring, right?
But just looking at this place, I can feel it. Its deathly grasp upon my scales.
But you can't actually feel it, though. Just
Actually, if you put your hand in a snowbank and you couldn't feel the cold, it probably would feel pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
let's all imagine that together.
Because we never really get a chance to truly feel the snow because our hands get cold so quickly, our sense of touch is numbed. Truly a unique experience Ross gets to have.
The cold never bothered Ross anyway.
No,
it
bothered
totally
me a
did.
lot. It still
Listen.
does. Just the thought of it. Do not like.
Listen, this guidebook here says that we're not too far from Lou's restaurant, and he's well known for his delightful fruit punch.
I
We should
look
drop
around
in.
the place. Malaga, I don't
What?
think they're still open for business.
That's a shame. This guidebook really talks up the fruit punch.
Can we get going towards the central plaza?
Let's keep an eye out as we head in there.
Fine, whatever. Let's just move. I don't like standing in this stuff.
So, describe to me your mode of travel. Like, in what way are you traveling? Like, I'm an adventurer and I'm okay. I tromp all night and I slay dragons all day.
I would imagine we're not doing that. I mean, like, it's hard to be 100%
Fuck me
sure.
if I know.
Like, we're aware that there's like evil ghosts nearby, so I'd imagine it's more like do 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 do.
Well, then I will need a group check.
Side note too, is there any are there any sign, like there's snow on the ground, right? So are there like tracks in the snow that are not ours?
Yes. There are some hoof prints in the snow, like deer.
Quadruped or biped?
Make me a quadruped or biped check.
That sounds like a survival roll.
Sure.
A very basic.
Can I
Oh,
can I
God.
help you with that?
Well, you should by making your own roll.
I would
Excellent.
think even a 10 could tell the difference between quadruped and biped.
Yes.
So, Ross and Malagar, you do come up with it is a quadrupedal split-hoofed animal,
Mhm.
probably weighing no more than 200 or 300 pounds. And it is not a deer. It does not walk with a deer's gait. It's as if it is bearing a heavier weight on its forelegs. Deers tend to be kind of backloaded because that's where all the big muscles are.
You're not referring to the tracks of the goat that's with us, are you?
I am not.
Paige, does it look like it might belong to some of the Ursine-like creatures that previously attacked us?
No, they had bear paws.
Mhm.
Okay.
These are definitely deer-like hoofy prints.
Be kind of terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are smaller and more delicate than Grumpy Pants's. Than Grumpy Pants's hooves.
Sure, but that's just because Grumpy Pant deliberately goes stomping everywhere.
I mean, he does. He does, because he is still quite grumpy.
He could be delicate if he wanted to. He just
But
doesn't
no.
want
Yeah. Yes. So as you're moving towards the interior, I see one stealth check. Is only Victor moving quietly or attempting to move quietly?
So, I have disadvantage on stealth because of my armor, but also I believe that I've got advantage because of
Yep. So flat roll.
gear.
Any
Mhm.
amount of advantage counts as any amount of disadvantage.
So I have 14. All right, 13 for Victor, 25 for Wildfire. Goodness. 15 for Malagar and 14 for Ross.
I mean, I never had a chance to show it, but I'm actually very good at stealth.
You do seem like
I go.
you blend into nature more recently.
Don't remind me.
Hey, could you drop a pass without trace on this Wildfire?
Nope, that's not in my spell list at all.
Oh, okay. I get confused sometimes.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa.
Paige, since we're going in sneaky,
Yeah.
I will in fact use one of my rare and elusive second level spell slots to cast Pass
No.
Without Grace.
Bruh.
So add 10 to all of those, I believe.
Yep.
So that means your min is a 23.
Ooh.
And
We should do
wrong,
this more
I
often.
never use my abilities.
We should do this more often.
He
He
did
did.
at an opportune time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right. So as you navigate towards the middle of the frozen city, you see that the interior plaza must have once been a beautiful park. There's all kinds of, like, it looks like there was a bunch of trees here, and they're all like cracked off their stumps about 2 or 3 or 4 feet high. And anyone who is trained in the Arcana skill can feel a sort of dimensional hum coming from the middle of the plaza. In the middle of the plaza, you can see something sparkly and blue. You're probably, I don't know, 200 feet away at this point. You can see something sparkly and blue that is brighter than daylight, even though it's kind of gray daylight here, so it's much brighter than that. Surrounded by a ring of ice crystals that are all 2, 3, 4, 5 feet tall.
Well, that could be anything.
That could be anything.
But what is it?
Could we roll on Arcana to get more information?
You may certainly try.
Cracked off their stump sounds like an electric expression for really drunk.
Yes. Absolutely. Oi! He's cracked off his stump!
No. We said Eladrin. They would say
Oh,
it
pardon
with-
me.
looking down their nose with just
They would.
the slightest air of hoity-toityness.
I was thinking more like the brownies and stuff. All right, so Victor, you can feel a hum in your teeth that fairly makes them rattle of a powerful magic, obviously coming from the center of this former park. Wildfire, you stretch out your arcane senses, and you can feel the weave around you growing like vines. And in the middle, there's this sort of deep gravity well of dark magic that is necromantic and something else. Necromantic and something else. If you really want to know what this something else is, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm fine for right now.
Necromantic and like portal flavored magic.
Ooh.
Sure.
Tastes like
I forget which school that is.
blue raspberry.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite. Like the blue raspberry Josley Ranchers. Oh, so good.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
They do. So you can kind of creep around the edges of the park. But if you want to get into where this bright thing is glowing and sparkling and where your arcane senses indicate something's going on, you're going to have to get basically out of cover because the entire park looks like it's been blasted. And as you look around, she checks their perception.
Some of us are good at this.
Yes, Malagar, you and Ross notice that the trees look like they've been damaged or blown off their stumps from an explosion.
Cracked off their stumps is the appropriate term here.
Cracked off their stumps in an exploding outward pattern.
Paige, do we still see the tracks from the hoofed creature?
Yep.
Well, maybe there was some sort of accident at the creperie.
Could be. There's a lot of
Are you hungry, Malagar? Do you need a
really-
snack?
I really
And I
am.
whip out some of my my jerky.
It's kind of like it's almost Tunguska-like because all the trees are blown down outwards.
Don't trust
Cracked
that
off the
jerky.
stumps.
Don't trust that jerky. You don't know where that jerky's been.
I really don't.
In my loincloth, right here.
Oh,
I'll look at it if
Here,
Well,
watch
now I'm
this
interested.
faucet. I just pulled it out of my loincloth.
Malagar doesn't want it. Ross eats it.
Of course he does.
That sounds very artisanal. So if I were to sort of draw a center
Oh
point,
god, it's got pockets, y'all. The loincloth has pockets.
sure it does.
They're my patented pocketed loincloths.
Sure it
that
does.
loincloth. So you're saying it's more pocket than loincloth?
yes,
That's not better. You
They
get how
call it
that's
a-
not better, right?
they call it a pouch, Ross. So if I were to draw a line to the center of this square where the blast point was, where would that be?
About where that blue sparkly thing is.
Of course it is.
Where do the hoofed tracks go from here?
They're kind of all around.
How fresh are they?
Okay.
Your blah 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 survival checks were like 13 or 14.
I had a
Yeah.
25.
No, you had a 25 previously to navigate.
Yes.
Oh. I
Can't just
don't know
keep
that I
leaning
made-
on that.
No, I had a 14.
That 25
So-
doesn't actually
14 on the
apply to
second one.
anything.
Yes, it does. It applies to finding a non-fucked up path into the city because I had
Uh-huh.
all kinds of sort of like environmental hazards that I'm just like, well, fuck, we didn't want to use those anyway.
You are correct. I forgot that I had a 14.
Right. So it looks like they're kind of wandering all about.
Hmm.
And here the tracks look a little fresher. I mean, it's obviously been since the last snowfall, and it snows here kind of all the time, so they have to be pretty recent, like within hours.
Sure.
But the ones here have particularly crisp edges, so that you think they've been left more recently.
Can we tell how many individuals left these tracks?
Something between a few and several.
Ross, would the front loading suggest that there are riders on these creatures?
I mean, does that hold true to tracking horses, Paige?
A laden horse kind of distributes the weight between their front feet and their back feet.
I feel like it might be some of the centaur folk.
Centaur
The
folk.
front sides would
Here,
be heavier than the rears.
they sure are.
Come on, kitty. Cat!
I would not
Glorious
be
cat!
able to think of any other creatures that would leave such heavily laden front tracks.
Mike, you may have a point of inspiration. And Ross and Malagar, your sharp eyes detect on kind of the far side of the plaza, so probably 300 feet away, a delicate deer-like centaur that has... it's hard to tell, like, a gender of it, but the figure has long hair and branching horns growing out of their head. They are armed with
Surely the horns would be indicative of something.
yes. They are armed with bows.
Bows?
Bows and knives, long knives.
I've got a bow.
You do?
Maybe you should go
Malagar
become best
will-
friends with the centaur.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we can become good friends.
Malagar will peer that way and sort of mutter, I kind of hope they're wearing shirts in this weather.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think I've ever heard Malagar say that before.
It's rare. It's rare.
But you're about 200 feet. I almost said miles. You're almost about 200 feet from the center of this plaza. And there's no cover if you choose to go any farther forward.
Well, how many of them are there?
You see 3.
3. Okay, 3. You did say that. Huh.
Now I can only imagine this in miles, so thanks, Paige.
You know, it's
Zone.
a zone. It's a zone. Let me draw it for you.
Wow, there
Does
you
that
go.
help?
That explains a lot, actually.
Hey.
Kind of like that map on the New Yorker of New York and the rest of America.
Yeah.
But we're probably not just going to shoot an arrow at them. So I guess we should. I mean, we want to get to the center, right? Maybe we should just walk towards it, and if they don't attack us, we can just go through and.
Well, what are they doing?
It looks like they're picking their way carefully over the rubble and trying to keep a steady watch out. Unfortunately, somebody cast Pass Without Trace, so they don't seem to notice you.
Paige, do
we-
we still have our dog-flavored guide with us?
Yep. Feely is there. She looks somewhat anxious.
I'm going to... Have we established that she understands common?
I mean,
I don't
Ross
think you-
understands common, so. What, I mean, she probably understands like Eladrin, right? Or Elvish.
Well, I don't know either of those, so...
I mean, when she was playing with Goose and you'd give Goose commands, it seemed like she was picking up on them.
Alright, so I'm going to use another class ability. Hold on to your seats, everybody.
Gross.
2 in one night?
Paige.
I'm not sure my heart can take this, Koda.
I know, but...
I thought we agreed this would be a Patreon extra.
Also, hold on for this callback. Paige, I'm going to start using the incantation that Silvio caught me. Actually, do we have 10 minutes? Because this is going to take 10 minutes. Never mind.
I was going to suggest that we hang back and watch what they were doing, so
Victor,
you could.
what is your call?
Hmm.
Do we wait, or do we confront them?
I mean, I think we should probably just go. I mean, staying here for 10 minutes, they easily could be aware that we're here.
I don't think they are, though.
Well, they might just want us to think that we don't think that they are.
But we might want them to think that we don't think that we don't think that they are.
I mean, judging by
My head hurts.
Judging by the reaction of our Kushi guide, there are at least something to be cautious of, if not outright dangerous. But there's only 3 of them, so
They could be an advanced scouting party.
It's true.
I mean, I say we just go, right? Let's just go. Our objective is that, I assume, wildfire. Does that appear to be our goal? The place, the thinness that you're going to cut?
Wildfire. We were speaking to you.
I think so. I mean, like, as far as I can tell, that seems to be the location.
All right.
If that's not the location, then we're going to be searching for the location for quite a while.
It is the Feywild. It easily could be like, a fake place that they set up to trap people just like us.
So, Paige, can I, if I reach out with my mystical senses, do I kind of, feel all magic streaming towards that spot?
Yes. You'd already pointed an Arcana check of 22 at it. Yes. So it is, like I said, it's a dark heaviness of necromantic and whatever teleportation portal spells are magic, and you can definitely understand that it is an opening.
Sure.
In planar boundaries.
I mean, either that is the opening, or that's an additional opening, and we've only got paid for one opening, so...
That's what she said.
So...
Yeah, with a mythal.
Yeah, they're letting us keep what we brought. That's how we're getting paid.
So,
that's how...
if... Who are you talking to?
It's the robot that sounds kind of like
Belwyn.
The best part is I can't hear him.
Belwyn bot.
It's Belwyn bot.
Of course. Don't you hate it when you're playing a game and a player drops and a bot takes over and immediately just drops all their equipment, changes out their gun loadout, uses all their first aid kits?
It's rough.
It's rough.
Keep our eye on the potion usage by Bowen. But
Why did Belwyn just drink all of her potion?
They're delicious.
Going to have an upset tummy soon.
So, just so I am clear, when you say just go, we're going to ignore the centaur. Or are we going to take them out first?
We're going to walk towards the gate and see what the centaurs do.
I think, yep.
Don't keep looking at them with your eyes.
But, not too much. Don't, stare them down. Fly casual.
Oh, right.
Because casual is something that Ross is good at.
Ross puts on his casual grin.
Oh!
No. Less teeth.
Well, actually, I mean, these are Winterfell. I don't think even Ross.
That's true.
You're not going to scare these people away with a little bit of teeth. They go to the dentist to get long, sharp fangs implanted.
God damn it, Ben.
What?
Ben says, but they could be clerics. They could be the centaurs of disease control.
Well, we'll find out.
Old one, but a good one.
All right, so we get
And I believe you already have a inspiration point, so that can go in the air to someone else.
I believe Joe caught it.
Well, we're all paying attention. We just have different responses to it.
Right. Mike's response is to read it out loud for our audience.
Yes.
Gross.
Look, I don't... Look, I'm here for one person and one person only, and that's you, chat.
Aww.
It's true.
We love you, chat. Love.
He's here to torture you and figure out how many puns it will take to drive you away.
Or how many puns it will take you to give us some money to stop. One of the two.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, right.
All right, so if no one has a strong objection, we'll just get in our normal formation and we will start walking the walk.
What could go wrong?
Your strong objection, Ross.
I just don't think this is a good plan.
What's your plan, Ross?
Anything but just stroll out into the open where they could attack us.
So you
That's
think
true.
should I start shooting them?
There's no cover out there, and I think the beginning of a larger force. But, we've been here a while, and we've been discussing this for a moment, so we could just go straight at them. What could go wrong?
I mean, do you want to start shooting them? Do you
No.
want to try and sneak around the edge of the plaza and attack them from closer up, or at least get the drop on them and see if we can get information out of them?
We should at least wait to see why they are here. None of the Eladrin we spoke with said anything about Centaur.
Ross is correct.
Paige, are Centaur native to the Feywild?
Centaur are a type of fae.
But they're not centaurs, right? They're like deer.
I am telling you about centaurs. Centaurs are a type of fae.
Are these centaurs?
Make me a nature roll.
They're centaurs.
What? This group? Overthink it? It can't be true!
I've had this on the introduction screen for quite a while now. I'm going to switch to the roleplay screen now, just because I can.
I've had cool pictures up, and you're just now.
I mean, they're not cool pictures, Paige. They're straight up cold pictures.
Oh, this one's
Inspiration point for Mr. Frankie there.
Hooray!
So for our studio audience, Paige has had a selection of really lovely snowy photos of ruins that she must have spent a long time finding today. Like this one.
Yes.
Like this one.
Plus the Photoshoppery, plus all the filters. Anyhow, they're very atmospheric. We have audio, we have visual. We're there. All right. Right. Nature check of 19 about these things. So, centaurs are definitely a type of fae. These are completely different, though not completely unrelated species to centaurs, and they are definitely a kind of fae. You think they're called Cluricon.
That's a pretty evil-sounding name.
I was going to say, do I know if they tend to be
So,
aggressive?
Paige, I have a 24.
I think
oh, gotcha. I saw the 19 and thought that was yours. So, Cluricon are definitely a type of winter fae, and fae do not subscribe to mortal thoughts on good and evil. They just is how they is, and how they is largely chaotic.
as a point
It's
of
true.
reference, did not ask if they were evil. I asked if they were aggressive.
They certainly can be. They're often used as scouts and runners by more powerful fae.
I mean, just looking at their stance, they don't look like they are here to talk.
They're just looking around.
So are you saying I
they
should start
armed?
shooting them?
They have bows.
They have bows. And
Yeah. I think they have
Um,
like swords or something too.
Also, Joe, with your high nature check, they do tend to be accomplished archers, as many centaurs are. They also are can attack with their front hooves if somebody's close, but that's not nearly as dangerous as the bow. But they do have an ability to lay down blasts of freezing air that will damage you as well.
Interesting.
Oh, and they have the ability to. They're very interconnected with the weave, so they can basically see through magic, or they can use their sense of magic and how beings pull on the force of the weave to see what's around them in a very small radius. So they become very hard to hide from and very hard to sneak up on within close radius.
Close being like 5 feet or like 100 feet?
Close being like less than 20.
Okay.
That is some pertinent information. Thank you, Paige.
Well,
What,
I don't know.
So with my nature check at 24, like, what would be something that they would largely ignore if they saw in the Feywild?
I mean, so under normal conditions, they would probably ignore beasts and plants. And to some extent, other minor fae. The malfunction is that you haven't heard a single bird chirp. You haven't seen a pair of bunny tracks. You haven't seen, I don't know what kind of insects are out in winter. You haven't seen a single spider web. So you get the impression there's not a whole lot of beasts or lesser fae around here.
Sure. So, like, I could use my new spell Seeming to make us look like something. I just can't pick what would be, like, nondescriptive. I don't think we have enough information.
Wait,
No.
you can make us look like other things.
Yes.
Why not make us look like them?
Because then that wouldn't work.
Oh.
So, Victor, do you want us to engage them, or do you want us to just try to move past them? I mean...
Well, they're on the other side of the plaza from us, so in theory we'll reach our objective, before we get to them.
Sounds great.
There's no cover on the plaza, but the portal itself was described as being surrounded by ice, so once we get close to it, we'll be sheltered by that.
The ice crystals are like 2 or 3 feet tall.
All right, Paige. Last question before we go.
Sure.
How deep has the snow been?
It's hard to tell, but it will hold your weight, and even somebody like Victor, who's pretty meaty and also fully armored, hold your weight after sinking in about 3 or 4 inches.
Okay.
So you don't think you're walking on stone after 3 or 4 inches, but the snow's compacted enough where it'll hold you.
Well, let's go meet our new friends then.
All right.
Yep, let's just head forward. Go
All
forward
right.
as sneakily as we can, but...
All right,
Well,
I will.
there's no cover, so we can't sneak.
I will also need wisdom saving throws, and it's a social.
And it's a social? What does that even
Yep.
mean?
Ice cream social?
Are we aware we're making wisdom saving throws?
Yes, you are overcome with a wave of depressing sorrow and sadness.
Paige,
Ooh.
I'm going to use this fancy inspiration you gave me.
I think I'm going to do the same thing. I feel like
What do you
Usually
mean, and
I-
it's a social?
It's a wisdom
Social means, so when you're playing drinking games in college, a social means that everybody drinks.
Ah.
Very specific reference.
ugh,
I think it
I'm
applies.
sudden-
Ooh.
Nice. All right, is this everybody's final answers?
Well, all of us.
I'm 5 higher than that.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, are we getting the bonus from Belwyn?
Yes.
Ooh.
If anyone tries to get more than 10 feet away from Belwyn, I will literally poke them with my sword until they get back within the radius.
Be 10 feet away.
Stop it!
That's
So-
why Victor carries the shepherd's hook.
I should get one of those.
You should. You should.
So I
all
think
right.
we're all 5 higher than that. Although I assume Ben took it into account in his number.
I think that makes my 16 the lowest.
All right. The wave of sorrow passes, but you can feel an intense emotional aura here of grieving.
Something terrible happened here.
It's probably the
I
ghost.
point at the portal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I point at the snow. I agree.
All right, so we will continue with our plan of walking towards the portal.
Okay. You continue your plan of walking towards the portal, and as you do, since you have no cover, the Clericons see you and kind of startle. They back up from you a bit and raise their bows, but they do not let loose arrows. Instead, hovering into existence in front of you.
Hovering?
You heard me.
I'm against hovering. Anything that can hover is never good news.
I don't think we've ever met anything nice that hovered.
Like when
Not a
they-
single time.
Could I speak to someone in management about this hovering?
Victor, what were your orders about weapons when they drew their bows? Are you stopping me from drawing my sword?
I mean, you can draw your sword if you want. I don't know what you
Sweet, my
plan.
sword is out.
Do you plan on like knocking the arrows out of the air or something with it?
Maybe. You don't know if I
Cha
took 6
cha.
levels of monk.
That's
All right.
true.
In fact,
So
Oh,
not
dear God.
implausible.
Oh no!
if you multi-class anymore, like
He has replaced
Anyhow.
some of his ranger levels with monk levels.
regardless,
It's true. That would make you function a monk with the gloves, right? Like that's really the only monk power anyone cares about.
so hovering into existence in front of you.
We're trying to ignore the ghost and hope it just goes away.
It's not a bad strategy. A pale, translucent figure of an Eladrin with faintly bluish skin hovers into existence, and it's fully transparent. Like you can see the outlines of buildings behind him. And he says in a whispery voice, "I am Rastiel, and you disturb my place. Begone."
Hello, Rastiel.
That was in.
Don't complicate it with languages. Just assume you can understand.
So Ross hears it in Lizardman.
Ooh.
Wildfire, I guess, would hear it in Common. Malagar hears it in Elvish, and Victor hears it in the Spanglish version of English or of Common and Elven.
That is.
I like calling it
normal.
lizardman. I like that language, the lizardman.
It has been many a moon since I've heard my native tongue.
Well, apparently this guy speaks it.
My name is Victor Toussaint. These are my companions. We are here in an attempt to close this rift. We were told that you had been driven mad by grief and would not be able to parley with us, but it seems like that was exaggerated and that you have maintained your faculties and will be able to support us in our quest to right this dreadful wrong.
Man, that's hopeful.
Very. The figure's brows furrow and they repeat, "Get out. I will not parley with the likes of you or anyone. Flee while you still can."
Sure, could we flee in that direction?
No.
I'm very scared. Can we flee in that direction?
No.
Well, what about like that direction?
With that, he holds up a hand
Mm.
and then just drops it towards you.
Oh boy, that can't be good.
And then interesting things start to happen.
Starts to snow, doesn't it? Why do you
Why
hate me,
Does start
Paige?
to-
Why did we let
absolutely.
you talk to him?
I mean, I have a feeling that no matter what currency you put into the slot, you are going to get the same tomato juice answer.
I'm not sure that's true at all.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure we just annoyed him.
I tried.
You did.
Just for the record, Ross didn't say a word in that exchange. Not my fault.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As he drops his hands, the whole terrain seems to move and roll under your feet. And it stops when you are right there at the circle of crystals. Did I move you to this page already? No, I didn't.
Nope.
We're looking at a ghost.
Oh dear.
You still are.
Oh, we got pretty close.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hey, should I change our view here?
To combat view?
Yeah.
Yeah. Done did it.
Gross. Please never do this
Close.
again.
Pretty close. Conding up my mini there.
Thank you, Rally Security, for the generous donation to the DM Inspiration Challenge.
Malagar, get yourself in Belwyn's aura.
It's true. While our DM is
I-
loading, we do have both our
Or
player
my first
and our
action will
DM
have to be to poke you with
inspiration
my
going.
sword.
Pokins.
There we go.
Poking the token.
Ugh.
Oh, I didn't realize how far away Rastiel was.
Yes. With that,
Boy, this really did look like an ambush zone. Why did we just walk into this?
It's probably not even the gate. It's probably just something gate-like they put there to trick us.
could be.
A decoy gate?
I mean, why not? They're Fae. That's basically how they live their lives.
I would do that. I would do that.
Well, so there you go. Now we know.
Yes.
With that, the Cluricons draw back their bowstrings, and shivering its way out of the snow, like rising up and shaking the snow off of its shoulders, is a large, serpentine-ish creature, four-legged though, that kind of comes out of the middle ring of crystals and looks at you with bright blue evil eyes.
So that's evil.
Are those
Well, it certainly looks aggressive.
are those crystals or ice? Or ice crystals?
You know, you will have to inspect them closer to find out.
Licking would probably help.
Licking would absolutely help.
You know, I'm still going to argue ahead of time that there probably could have been other outcomes from my interaction with Rastiel just now.
Listen, do you want to live in the past?
I mean, you can say whatever you want, but like, I didn't hear you saying words.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said all of
Can we
them
make
before
it-
anyone else could.
I've been
Well-
explicitly instructed by our commanding officer not to speak in situations such as this.
Mm,
We save you for when we really want to roll the dice, Ross. Because, like, there's some situations where you will be the exact best choice.
And
It's just hard to predict them in advance.
I leave it to my commanding officer.
Yeah, or if we really want to get the fight.
good boy.
To
Can we-
discern when that time would be.
I see Victor, Wildfire, and Ross. Hey there, darling. What is your initiative score? Lyric speed.
The perfect
Yay!
paladin initiative.
I think that's it. I think that's everybody.
Let's do it to it.
Wow, you guys are going slow. All right.
It's the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Supposed to do it before the roll.
That's not good. That means
More-
he's going to be racking his brain to assault us with a fresh round of puns.
I was going to say, more importantly, you've opened yourself up to receive more inspiration.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, Victor, how would you like to respond to this situation?
So, would I have any ability to gain any knowledge about the creature in the middle of the ice ring, or is it like just by looking at it?
Yeah, make me a nature check.
All right. Oh, damn.
Boy. All right. You believe that
Well
is a
done.
frost salamander, which is technically
Yeah.
an elemental, not a fae. They're vulnerable to fire. They are immune to cold. They have 3 pairs of legs and can attack with the front 4, as well as bite. Its bite is quite dangerous. It has a freezing breath weapon as well. And whenever you hit it
Ooh.
with fire damage, it recharges that breath weapon.
Good God.
Did you
Yeah.
say
It,
Did
you
you
actually
say-
did a paper on these once. They're pretty rare, but it was like, a 10th grade science paper.
Yeah, I drew pictures of them
Yeah.
that were described as darling. That was the last thing you said when we hit them with fire, it recharges their breath weapon.
Yes.
All right. So salamanders, but so it's like a big lizard looking thing, as opposed
Yes.
to like a salamander, like one of the main inhabitants of the elemental plane of fire.
Correct. It
Okay.
is still called a salamander, but it looks pretty different.
All right. And it doesn't look
It has no humanoid features.
doesn't look sapient or whatever. All right.
I'm not sure how you would determine that because the Kushi that's been following you is clearly sapient as well, but
You can tell by looking in its eyes. You said
Oh.
you already said it looked evil. All right. Anyway, so let's see.
so we have a question. Did we take time to heal after last session? If we did, I surely didn't hear it.
No, we didn't heal. We had somewhere to go. Besides, no one took any damage from the huge AoEs that were flying everywhere.
What could go wrong?
Yeah,
Were
I
you-
think Ross got it from Belwyn's AoE.
Were you-
Mhm.
Were you hurt, Ross?
I'm not quite bloodied.
Oh, good.
See? That's a ringing endorsement.
Well, obviously, Victor wanting to keep going forward is hardly a new situation. So
Nope.
that appears to be some sort of trained war beast. It has a breath weapon that recharges if we affect it with fire. Is what I will say, and then I will cast Warding Wind, which means that could easily be like the last thing we hear for a while because you can't. It hedges out speech basically,
What?
and also arrows, and maybe even its breath weapon, depending. Can I? What are these crystals? Can I stand on them or?
So you cannot stand on them because they're all sharp and pointy. You may climb over them using 5 feet of movement.
All right, well, I'll just stand there. And then I will attack.
Also, now that you're standing here, you can clearly see that the outer ring is more or less natural looking ice crystals. The inner ring appears to be stone crystals.
Stone crystals.
Yes,
Okay.
that are a bright blue in color and emanating light.
Interesting. Well, I'll see if this creature emanates light after I attack it with my sword.
Let's find out.
I'm excited.
This is an action surge.
I'm excited.
So 22 will hit pretty much everything. So I shall take 16.
No, it's just 11.
Okay.
Since I cast a different spell, I was not able to cast Hunter's Mark this time.
14 will miss. It does seem to have a strong icy hide where the ice gives it some measure of protection.
All right, that is my turn.
Alrighty. So, Cluricon number pink. Does your spell have a visible effect around you, think?
It's as visible as a strong wind would be. So
Fair
and
enough.
It's probably blowing snow and stuff. It should be pretty obvious.
Yep. All right, so I'm a Cluricon, and I move pretty fast. With my deer-like bounding legs. So I'm going to go here. With 35 feet of movement. And he knocks an arrow to his bow and looses it at Malagagar.
What did I ever do to you?
Jump.
You were in favor of talking. That's what.
Wait, I don't have Malagar. Can you guys see him?
Oh, I guess that'll
Or
hit
is he
today,
part of
assuming
your-
that's
of the chat?
advantage.
He's over here.
No, I can see him on the game board.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
have his
you guys
face.
to me.
you both can't see each other, and I mean, you could both reboot, I guess, but or
Oh,
restart your
I think he
browser.
came back. I think I say something, Andrew.
Oh, now you're back. I can
Okay.
see you, Ron. It's a glorious day.
We were just reaching out to across the tubes, and
It's a Christmas miracle.
All right.
It is a Christmas miracle. Also, I need to upgrade my hardware, but this is not the time for that.
All
This
right.
market is crap.
Me, I was
It's like I can.
I
hear it going
agree,
again.
Bellwoodbot. I agree.
How much of that damage is that? 5 points of damage?
No, because I rolled every kind of thing wrong.
Oh, yeah. I was really curious about those question marks. That
Yeah.
does not hit. Oh wait,
17?
no. Is that 17 does
did
not
it hit? Okay, then I miss. And I am. Nope, I get 2. Ha-ha!
Malagos squares his shoulders and it goes peeing off of his steely pecs. That one will, however, embed right in one of those steely pecs.
All right, so you'll take this much piercing damage and this much cold damage.
Oi!
I have many questions now.
What kind of indignity is this?
Well, it'd be an arrow to the pack.
Yes.
Yes.
You used to be an adventurer till you took an arrow to the tit.
It's unfortunate.
I sure hope you're not feeling peckish later.
Oh!
All right, with that, Rastiel's gonna go.
See, I always kind of imagine that Malagar wore like the men's version of fantasy armor for women,
Oh, he
where
does.
it's like a thong and then like a sash. They should have aimed for the sash, but they didn't. They're clearly breaking etiquette.
It's true.
All right. Perfect. All right. The Eladrin steps to there and begins casting a spell.
Ooh.
How far is it from me?
It are 55 feet from you, buddy.
Pew! Counterspell.
All right. You will need to make me a roll.
I didn't tell you what level of counterspell. I mean, I'm only casting a third, but you know. Oh, it's not gonna give me a roll box. That's lame. DC 10. What is my ability check?
Yeah,
My
just
spellcasting ability.
your ability. Yeah, D20 plus your int.
Haha! No, that's not then. Haha!
Ho ho.
Ugh, that's not great.
And Mike,
Nope, it does not do it.
Well,
All
such
right.
was.
All right, with that, a frigid blast of cold air erupts
Ooh.
from his hands.
Oh boy.
I will need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
How unpleasant. Do we have the aura?
Why game?
Aura?
Why?
oh right, I
Ooh.
moved out of Belwyn's thing.
I mean, you done did that to yourself, friendo.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Does this mean you poke yourself with the sword?
No,
I
he's
just-
far too busy in combat to
I
move
was-
himself.
I was within 10 feet of the mount. I didn't. I should have just looked at the pink square as opposed to trying to use my brain.
Right. So, Constitution save DC 16, which looks like not wildfire, not Ross.
Ooh, is this cold damage though?
It is.
Excellent. I'm resistant.
Hmm.
All right. Hey, Bellowin, what's your save?
I have a 19, and Mr. Grumpy Pants
Girl, hi,
has,
Belwyn.
Mr. Grumpy Pants has whatever a natural 20 plus my stats are.
Sure. All right. So you will take 29 points of damage if you did not make the DC 16 saving throw, and 14 if you did. This is a combination. Nope, it's just cold damage.
Yeah, it's all cold.
Ben, if we're within your resist aura, do we also have resistance to spell damage? Remind me.
You do, because
Excellent.
I'm a paladin.
I'll take half of that damage, thank you.
All right. You concentrating on anything?
No, God no.
I'll
He hasn't
cast
had a
absorb
turn yet, has he?
elements.
No, I haven't even acted this combat.
I'm just making sure. All right. That is all. I'm just gonna GTFO.
Wait, so does that mean that if we saved, we only take a quarter damage?
Correct.
So that's correct.
Mhm.
Okay. Excellent.
All right. With that, the salamander.
Oh, I have
Looks-
to move, cast, and move again. Not cool.
Dude, everybody in 5th edition does that. Everybody in 5th edition has spring attack.
Spring
Not
a
cool.
spell attack.
Why didn't you tell Mike this earlier?
We've literally been playing 5e together, Mike, for what, 3 years?
You learn something new
are
every
we-
time.
Why are we having this conversation? Like, I know that everything has spring attack.
He was just
Okay.
putting it out.
I
He
was
just
looking
putting
into
it
the
out.
time vortex and had already finished all my measurements.
Oh, got it. All right. So the frost salamander leaps at Victor, its claws flailing. A 1, a 2, a 3,
Oof.
a 4,
Oh,
and it'll bite.
jeez.
What I
Jeez
roll?
Louise.
Oh my god, I am so sorry, Ron.
I see it coming
Oh.
and I go, Victor, never mind.
Well, the two crits definitely connect. Is there any ice?
Victor, it's more like victim.
Is there an ice component to his damage? Hopefully.
Let me see.
Seems to all say
That
piercing
was
there.
brutal.
Yeah, the last one has some cold on it.
Yeah, the bite has cold in it.
All right.
Everything else is just piercing.
That is rude.
I mean, like, you got crit by the things that are least dangerous to get crit by.
Yeah.
All right. So I take 16 and
Always
then
look
15. Is
on
that
the
correct,
bright-
Paige?
You will take 16 and then 13.
Oh, 13. You're right. Give myself my 2 hit points back.
Yep.
Ooh, those
All right.
saves.
Every
In the
And you
continuing,
keep warding wind.
in
Yes.
the continuing amazing puns department, more like evicted
Ooh,
from
nice. Who's
something.
Oh,
I get
Oslo
it.
Tiger, I love you.
I get at least 2 weeks notice for any evictions.
All right.
That's right, Paige. You have to tell us
Amazing.
at least 2 weeks in advance if you're going to evict us from the Feywild.
Mm,
I'm giving
True.
you your 2 weeks notice then, because
Ooh.
you're probably going to get evicted from the Feywild after this fight.
Excellent.
Ugh.
All right. With that, Clericon number... Which one is this one? Clericon number blue says, I've seen this trick before. Goes over here and we'll shoot at... I don't know. Wildfire. He didn't look armored.
So, Victor, you're doing okay, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm not bloodied yet.
Hey, I implore the Clericon that blue is not a number, and therefore he can not exist anymore.
So, is
love it,
there
Joe.
a
I
magical
love it.
rebuke to this? Or is
Yes,
it-
there's also a magical component to this. Actually, I can't do it. It's already used my reaction, so no. I'll just get hit once.
All right. Then you will take this many piercing and this much cold.
May the
They made you
rude
bleed
hand
each own
gesture.
blood.
Ow! My skin! I need that for living!
All right. Clericon number yellow goes someone over here, and we'll also shoot at Wildfire.
What? How
We're smart
Thank
enough.
you.
We're smart enough.
How wooed.
1, 2.
Those both
Also,
hit.
we should thank Bologna for adding more to the DM Inspiration Challenge.
Just really wants us dead.
Do I have a DM
Yes.
inspiration?
No, you do
Not
not.
quite.
Getting close. Getting real close.
Oh, okay. Then I have this much piercing and this much cold for the first one. This much piercing and this much cold for the second one.
Wow. Just wow.
Okay. Belwyn.
Also,
No.
Oh,
Ted,
no. I take a nap. 37
Okay.
damage? I
What?
take a nap, thank you.
You're lying down?
Yeah.
Don't worry,
That's
Hewitt's still in the
unfortunate.
fight.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, the good news is, guess what? It's your turn, Wildfire.
Sure,
the
I make a death
opposite.
save.
Opposite of good news.
Sorry, remind me, did our audience want secret or non-secret death saves?
I personally like secret death saves because it's more drama. But if
I
anyone,
believe the poll was for secrets, but let's see if I have a record of that. I do not.
I don't know, what do you
Secret
think?
for sure, says Bologna.
I mean, if Bologna says it,
definitiveness that can only speak for the entire
and
group.
Old Slow Tiger says secret twice.
Well, I mean, it's a moot point. Wildfire is going to roll a 20
I
And
rolled a
just get up.
die.
and just
The
get
die
up
has
and
been rolled.
Rejoin the fight any second
Ro-
now.
Ross.
All right. Well,
You know, if you get in Victor's zone of whirling death, that these creatures do not seem intent on firing arrows into it.
so I'm going to inform Malagar of Wildfire's untimely demise.
No, I heard them fall.
Wildfire's down! And with that page, I'm going to bound up onto this icy crag, and with a blood-curdling roar, with one of those alligator roars, I'm going to throw myself with a double move bodily towards Centaur's yellow.
Ooh, okay. This creature, as I have previously described, is rather delicate looking and does not at all seem happy to see you at such a close distance.
Well, that's unfortunate, Paige, because as a... Hold on a moment. Everybody buckled in. Everybody sitting down. As a... Wait for it. Shit,
Where are we
where is
going
it?
with this?
Wait
As
for
a
it, wait for
bonus
it, wait for it.
action,
Oh my god, we've got class powers.
I'm going to use another class power. Actually, this is a racial power called Hungry Jaws as I snap at its delicate deer-like legs.
Koda, you've used 3 class or racial powers tonight, and
Is my
are
fourth one
you?
free?
I
Who
tell
are-
you what, I'm just gonna give you a point of inspiration. Like, I'm so proud of you.
I get it.
I'm so proud of you.
Old So Taggart says I'm done. I just have to. I quit after this.
Probably.
Well, at least get your bite off first.
That'll be a 20 to hit on that bite,
That'll hit.
and that's going to deal 8 points of piercing damage.
The creature makes a deer-like scream as hot red blood gushes into your toothy maw.
And will also give me a couple of
Gross.
temporary hit points.
How many hit points do you normally get from that?
3. Exactly 3. No more, no less.
You get
But
6.
it might just be enough.
Nope, you get 6.
Ooh.
Things are going on. All right, so anything else from
shit.
Ross?
Do my
What?
eyes start to change to to match Hypnotoad's eyes again?
No.
Last
You
time
can't
I
see
bit-
your own eyes, so how do you know?
Last
Yeah.
time I bit into Fey blood, weird things happened.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right, anything else from Dear Ross?
Nope, that's 2 moves and a bonus.
All right, Malagagar.
Ugh. Malagar looks at Wildfire, rolls his eyes. Like, great. My plans completely ruined. So he's gonna he'll look.
those eyes roll from all the way over here.
Right?
Yes. I've been working on that.
If
Now
you got
with
a
my
plan, go with your plan.
No. You should be standing back up again. As soon as I can click on this display. Okay, excellent. So Malagar is going to run right over here, and then he'll sort of extend his arms and one leg out at different angles.
Yes.
And then he'll be like, okay, all of you who are foolhardy enough to be on the front lines here, you should feel better to the tune of 10 hit points, and if you
Ooh.
your max will also now be 10 more as well.
So you're casting a spell from there, yes?
Yes, we're calling it
Okay.
aid.
No, Paige, he's just doing semaphore.
75
It's
away,
true.
big guy.
It's
Okay,
more like
just
Tai
checking.
Chi.
Just check it.
Yeah,
No
well,
reason.
No, he
No
moved
reason.
too far back. He moved too far back to counterspell Page. It was a mistake he made.
And Paige, I think you can agree that both Yellow and I stop our epic predator-prey relationship to just kind of turn and look at Malagar performing these rites.
Yes. It is ancient drow art of spellcasting yoga.
Listen, they said I should cast the spell. They didn't say how I should cast the spell. Also, he takes this sort of thin strip of white cloth and carefully ties it around his pinky. It's just a thing.
Okay.
I used to tie it around other places, but people found it upsetting in the middle of combat.
Well,
All right,
not only that,
then-
you're endangering yourself. Like any
Quick access.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, in the heat of combat with another limb swinging around, I mean, accidents happen.
Some of us are very dexterous. Okay, then he takes a quick step to the right. Just to
It's
jump
just
to the
a
right.
shift to the left,
Yes.
and then it jumped to the right. All right, Belwyn. We would love to hear what the Belwyn bot wants to do.
110011.
You came through perfectly that time. And now we can't hear a thing.
Mhm.
So I begin casting a spell.
Okay. You can... Meh. You can do so unmolested.
Great. I cast protection from evil and good.
All right. I'm going to put a marker on you to remind us.
Sounds great. I am going to pull
Apparently
out
I'm
my...
not.
Can you guys hear
What?
it, Ben?
Yes.
Yes.
I pull out my war pick. I look at it because now it's all fiery, and I go, all right, ignite, fire, boom, righteousness.
You know what? It looks like its fire has dimmed a bit since it cast that big fireball last time.
Hey, but dim and out are two different things.
It's definitely not out.
Okay.
But
Cool.
neither does it come to life.
Oh, well, that's less impressive. Okay. Well, in that case, I do not have the internet. So tell me from a tactical standpoint where you want me, and that's my turn, I think, because I've already used my action to cast a spell.
All right, so where do y'all want Belwyn and
Personally,
Griffin Pants?
I think Victor wants him like 5 feet to the right, but you know.
So here's the thing. I will move to where my aura is covering the most number of my party members, and that is past turn for me.
Okay.
Also, Tiger would like you somewhere with better Wi-Fi.
I would like to be somewhere with better Wi-Fi too. We had original plans to be somewhere with really great internet. Like I think it had fiber, and then dropped, and now I have this.
All right, kids. So here's the choice. Either Malagor and Wildfire can be in the aura, or Victor can be in the aura, but not both.
Well, the protection from good and evil was her Belwyn's action, right? So
Right, but she can still move.
right. So she's not.
Yeah,
I think she's fine. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Victor can do things. I don't know, like.
Victor already has a warding wind up, so I think
Yeah,
I can stay and protect the rest of the party.
Okay,
I
sounds
agree.
good. Victor.
I will do things, right? That's what I was supposed to do.
I mean, theoretically, it's your turn. Do you want to start looking at your spells?
Kind of.
Damn!
All right.
Damn!
No, I'm against it.
I will
I'm against
cast
We love each other here at Feats and Fables.
Booming Blade at the creature. Did it give me an attack roll? No, it did not. Very well. Game. I will make an attack roll separately.
Like, roll 20 is and OBS are just fighting you tonight.
I
man.
can't hear Ben and now I can't hear Andrew. I tried to restart so I could hear Ben and I lost Andrew.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yes.
110011.
23
That game mutes
more
you
than
beautifully, Ben.
hits.
Beautifully.
Yes.
So
Because
20.
our stream is literally falling apart as we go.
So take 14 slashing and 4 thunder, and you have your dot.
Also,
on
I
you.
can't hear Ron
And then I will
anymore, so
attack
this is hilarious.
As a bonus action, using my Eldritch Knight power that I rarely use, but I believe a 14 is a miss.
It is?
And then
Although through
I
roll
will
20,
just
he-
walk away from this guy.
He's talking right now, Andrew. It's so funny.
Oh, you're just going to walk away from him?
Yeah, but I'm trying to bait his reaction out so he can't use it to protect himself later.
He's talking about his turn and the things that he's doing.
Yeah, he's gonna do a thing.
All right.
He'll try to hit you. 19 won't do it though, will it?
19 is the number.
All right. Are you shielding?
I'm not shielding, no.
All right. You may take that much piercing and that much cold. All right.
I was hoping Joe would just
anything-
narrate me the rest of what Ron's doing.
No, I think it was much funnier.
You know what the sad thing is? We have at least 6, 7, 8. We have 10 college degrees
No, we can fix
in
this.
this
Not
podcast,
Not
and
enough.
it is still not enough.
Arguably,
Ron made his choice. He chose to decide to not listen to Andrew to try to achieve Bendham, and that was his mistake.
I mean, it's pretty hot.
I'm just letting you know that's what happened, and now it's now.
All right.
Now is
I
now.
am done. I basically rectified all my mistakes from my previous turn.
Okay. So you're warding wind, like, am I just have... Okay, disadvantage. Okay.
And
on
also,
my
if
attacks.
those are like handcrafted arrows that you really care about, they will get thoroughly mussed. So I don't know if a responsible Fey Archer would even shoot their arrows into the wind.
Might not. All right, so Cluricon number pink is going to shoot at El Joe, but with disadvantage.
Oh, I have Andrew back.
That was not with disadvantage, but a 10 is still not going to hit.
Correct. The 10 will not hit.
But I have another one. 9 is not going to hit. All right, fine. El Ghosty Ghost.
I mean, you'd have disadvantage to shoot wildfire anyway, since he's prone.
Oh, sure. Okay, this will work. So, I'm going to back the fuck up out of Counterspell Land.
Ah, yes. The wizard tactical retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Basically,
Well, I'm not
one entire year of wizard school is just trying to stand 60.5 feet away from something.
You get very good at it. Very,
It's
very
like-
good at it.
People joke, but PE is a life or death class for wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's also highly technical because it's not so much as PE as it is just stand exactly 61 feet away from something.
Yes. And
And
then
that-
that something starts moving towards you, trying to eat you. And you still have to stay 60 feet away from it. All right, so I begin casting a spell.
Okay. I mean,
Well done.
we're
Okay,
very proud.
good stuff. So you hear a rumbling above you.
Ha! I use counterspell! Thank you for teaching me counterspell.
You're not funny.
You're also out
I
of range.
declare
Damn it.
counterspell.
All right.
Maybe if you were here.
In addition to my monk cross class, I also took one level of wizard.
Yeah, that's what it takes to get counterspell.
He
Well
only
done.
took. He only took.
That's
He
it.
took. He took a 5th level wizard.
Just that one level.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you get two
I mean,
third-level spells.
I mean, I would if I had the option.
That's a great level.
If you could pick any level.
Mhm.
Right, I took 3rd level of monk, 5th level of wizard.
Oh my god,
This is how
stop.
cross-classing work. Cross.
Also, you all, I'm
Ah.
really excited because I can now hear Ron again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know.
And
Great.
It's very
Oh.
exotic.
I just have to give up.
Whoa,
on-
Paige, what is that?
All right, so with
Oh,
that,
no.
get everybody there. There is a
Oh,
huge
no.
rumbling above you as there is a microburst of storm activity, and hail starts falling from the
No.
sky in a huge
Ugh.
ice storm. So I will need a DC 16 dexterity save from everybody but dear Ross.
Dear God.
You are +5 for the Bellwin.
I'm an alligator.
I fail because of my disadvantage from being prone.
I know it's confusing, Paige, but I'm covered in
Being
deer
prone
blood.
doesn't give you disadvantage.
I thought
Yeah, I
it
don't
did
think it
on
does.
like saving throws. Really?
You got to be restrained.
Yeah,
you, can
reroll that.
roll, you can roll all around.
Oh, I had a 20. I'm still whispering to the GM.
Do
Let me
the
fix
little jackknives.
Victory.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So, Joe, I see your 20 for your save. You do not have to re-roll it.
All right.
Bellwin, do you have a save? Is it less than 16?
Sadly, it is.
Aw.
Okay. Malagar, Wildfire, Bellwin. Is that it?
I rolled as well. I made
Oh,
it.
Victor. Oh, you made it. Okay. So anybody who failed, which I believe is only Bellwin, will take this much bludgeoning damage and this much cold damage.
There might be
Ooh.
an enterprising owl in it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Cute's fine.
Who did that?
Okay.
Aha! You can't stop me.
You would just dim doors 5
Yes,
feet to the left.
he's fine. Don't worry
Excellent.
about it.
All right, Ben. So that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage from an ice storm and 11 points of cold damage from an ice storm.
Ooh, do I get like
Or and
super?
5 herd.
Do I get super duper bonus savings for rounding down twice here?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's pretty
Yes.
hot. Those of us that made our saves in Belwyn's Magnificent Aura take a mighty 2 points and 2 points.
All right. With that, the salamander comes out of the boom and crawls over here between Victor and Belwyn. Give unto me
Untoward.
my boom. You booming bladed me, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't think you'd actually.
Kaboom!
I ain't smart.
Is that good enough, Paige?
SMRT.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, he's even dumber than 3rd edition barbarians.
All right, let
Hey.
that 7 points of sonic damage rip you asunder.
I represent that remark.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a 3rd edition barbarian?
It was
In his soul.
Fair.
It's reading and writing. I don't.
All right. With that, Cluricon number blue is going to shoot at Malagar.
Not that
But why? I've hardly done anything.
I don't want to argue or anything, but like, it took his whole action just to move over there.
Have a point of inspiration, Ron.
The giant lizard.
Yep.
Ron might be on Paige's team.
Definitely.
No,
Definitely.
he's just.
I'm
he's
having an
just
honor
honest.
duel. An honor
Oh
He
shit!
is.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize
All right.
they were playing L5R.
Claw, 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 bite. So claw, 2, 3, 4, bite.
Everyone pour one out for our fallen friend Victor.
Oh boy.
You're really making my job
2
a lot
hits?
harder there.
I mean, it was a double crit last time, so I'll take the 2 hits.
Yeah.
Truth.
All right. You will take this much piercing and that much cold, plus this much piercing and that much cold.
All right. This time I'll do better math. 14,
How are you doing there?
21, 33.
Damn.
I am bloodied,
Yeah, you are.
but unbowed, and that I'm still standing on 2 feet and maybe
Mhm.
using my sword to help prop me up as well. But I try and pass it off
Oh!
as part of my stance.
Do you realize you have just become bloodied?
No, I
Right.
was bloodied before.
Well, you have just let the DM know you were bloodied.
Okay.
Small but important difference.
Yes. I mean,
Yes.
I put the icon on my little figure.
I just saw it, though.
Okay. Yes, I'm bleeding blood. Is it green?
All right.
Is that what you're trying to tell me and freak me out?
Nope. You feel a pulse of energy from your sword.
Ooh.
Ooh, this
And
is
you
probably
heal.
good.
Oop. You heal for
73.
700.
18.
18.
How's
Wow.
that for 3d8?
Nice.
Take that,
Uh-huh.
Belwyn's fireball throwing sword. My sword is cool too, or pick, or whatever dwarven weapon it is.
Surely
it's
that
a
is not
sword.
the product.
I got away from you there.
Surely that is not the product of a Faustian bargain that you've made.
If it is, it's a good one because I
Mm.
need every hit point I can get right about now.
Indeed.
All right, I think I missed a Cluricon. I missed Cluricon number blue. Nope,
And
I shot at Malagar and missed.
I only passed off
Yes.
49% of my immortal soul.
Okay.
Good.
Cluricon number yellow is face to face with Ross, and we don't like that one bit. So he is just gonna run the fuck away. You may take your attack of opportunity, sir.
Oh, I will do that thing.
5, 10, 15,
no,
20.
No, Paige, you're probably going to want to just stop counting right there because I'm going to use this inspiration that you gave me earlier
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
and get a crit,
Oh boy.
which
Oh shit!
He's activated Super Ross.
is
No,
going-
he would have drunk the potion of enlarge if he was Super Ross.
He did
Oh,
in his
that-
heart.
So crit is double die damage.
Yeah.
Double die damage.
So I don't roll that twice. I just double everything. Yeah.
No, you just you
Roll another d8.
Yes,
Roll
that's
another
what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Here, we'll just do it that way then.
Sounds
All right.
great. So 13 and 8 is 21 points
No,
of damage.
13 and 1.
What?
What?
That.
Oh,
in
you're
the
right,
second-
because it's
Yes,
plus
13
7.
and 1. Yep.
You're
yep,
right,
13 and
14.
1. Yep.
Why am I not
Hold on,
continuing
hold
to
on.
run
Hold on,
around?
so it's 13 and 8.
Nope.
It's
Why
the
not?
die.
It's-
It's just the die portion. It's not the additive.
You get plus 7 damage.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, but it's also an additional 2 because I am raging. Stop trying to
Okay.
deny me all my abilities!
I'm all for it, buddy.
Also, Paige, you should be aware that I'm a sentinel.
Awesome! All right. This thing looks super unhappy in a frightened way when it notices it cannot get away from you.
Paige, did I just hit it with an attack roll?
You did?
Oh, good, because it also suffers 3 more damage because it's my favored foe now.
Roll it again because that also doubles from the crit.
Yep.
Ooh. Ugh. Curses. 4 more
Okay.
damage.
I'll take it. All right, and it does not look happy at all. Wildfire.
Maybe that's because I bit its hamstrings.
Okay.
They were delicious.
They really were. They taste like
So tangy.
Mm.
I spend half my movement standing up. Then
And it really only takes like 5 feet of movement to stand up, but like Wildfire needs the time it would take for that other 25 feet of movement or 10 feet of movement to like brush the snow off of his clothes
Can't have
and
that.
look disgusted.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
look just disgusted.
Once upon a time, he would have just burned it all off. But
It's hard. It's hard to do now. Okay, so I'm taking a look at those clericons. They look like fun guys. I'm gonna.
Take care of them.
No, they're not mushroom fae.
I mean, they might be. I'm gonna
They're
target up by
delicious.
Ross.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I think that's all the. Yeah, because he's like a million miles away. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna attempt to cast like a fireball, but I don't know. Electric-y? Like the electric-y's kind of elementy.
Electro ball. Electro ball.
Let's start it off with an Arcana check to see how well you can drag the magic in that direction.
Sure. I have a 15.
Sure, you can drag it into electric.
Sounds fun. I do it.
Hmm.
They up there. They can both make me DC 18 saving throws.
Ooh.
Joe, chat
Seems
recommends
unlikely.
that spell is just called Ball Lightning.
Well, but I guess cast an earlier level.
Ooh.
Electro ball.
Volt Sphere.
I
Mm.
offer you a 14 and a 16.
Those both fail. They both take 32 points of electrical damage.
Yikes. This one is just dead. That one takes...
Joe, it could just be one of those plasma globes.
Ooh, I'm in.
That was plasma globe level damage for sure.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like just lightning. It's like a miniature storm comes into effect in this one place.
That's pretty rad.
All right, Wildfire. Anything else from you, sir?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I've moved as close as I can to the stupid other caster. I think I'm good.
All right, Ross.
So, Paige,
Yes?
the one in front of me is dead. I'm going
Yes.
to turn my blood-covered maw and sword to the one behind me with a look in my eye. Again, just perfect slits.
Yeah.
And using my tail as a springboard, I am going to throw myself bodily upon his dear body to drive my sword down into him.
Let's see if you hit.
And you know what? We're gonna call this some sort of reckless attack.
Ooh. Bring it, sir.
That did not do the thing I wanted it to do.
You should crit fish. That hits, but you should crit fish. All right.
All right. So then that's going to be a 25.
So 10, 12 points of damage.
There.
All right. This fellow's looking decidedly unhappy.
And let's not forget, Paige, that is merely my first of 2 attacks.
Uh-oh.
But
Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more.
I do not remember. Does
Like,
reckless
do
attack
you have a
count
sword?
towards- It's only my first attack. No, it's when you make your first
All right.
attack.
While you're thinking, I'm going to refresh Roll20 because it's making me a little silly here.
Does a reckless attack count towards both attacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. That's what I needed.
Once you turn it on,
Hey,
it is
it's another
on for
crit.
everything. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is going to hurt some feelings.
Truth.
All right, so it's 16 plus roll another D8.
Nope, that's not what I want. Oh god, everything is going horribly wrong here.
Just click the damage. It's fine. We'll just pull
There
the
you go.
dice out of it.
All
right, so you rolled an 8. Nice. So that's 24 points of damage.
No, 26? Because the rage damage is also doubled, right?
No.
No?
No, because it's a
20.
static modifier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's, what did I decide it was?
24.
24. Do I survive? No, I do not survive 24 points of damage. You are standing there with 2 dead, steaming bodies in front of you, covered in blood.
I believe I'm going to take the rest of my movement as I turn and stalk towards this ghost.
All right.
Ghosts don't have blood, Ross, no!
Intent in my eyes.
It's got ectoplasm, which is also delicious.
At this
All
point,
right.
Joe, I don't care.
Ah, excellent.
I'm now,
All right.
I've carried it up in here. All right, just my white prom dress is now just red.
Ooh.
Malagar.
Malaga is going to turn towards the icy fellow in the middle of the scene here, and he's going to root around in his pocket for the tiny piece of jerky that Ross offered him, but he carefully palmed with sleight of hand to pretend to eat, and instead diverted it into his pocket. He's going to sort of wiggle it at the icy fellow and go, "I really think you should leave us for just a moment." And he should give me a charisma save.
All right.
Or else I'll make you eat this.
Uh-oh. It was in Russ's!
In that-
It was in Russ's!
His
Like,
crotch
come on.
pouch.
Basically, I think we should have to roll
So-
to see whether I and Belwyn also try and flee from.
Right?
So what spell is
You're like,
this?
I would really travel to a pocket dimension rather than deal with the likes of that jerky there. This is banishment.
Let's see.
Crotch
Okay.
jerky. So.
Yes. And with that, so it starts to fade away, and the ghosts reach
Fade
out
away.
with a hand and makes a grabbing gesture, and it snaps back into the Feywild.
Seems legit.
Well, yes.
Anything else, sir? Care to dance
Was
out of
that
that
a
aura?
No. But was that actually a counter spell, or is that something else?
No, it's not a counterspell.
It's a middle
Huh.
finger, I think it's called.
I don't like it.
He would really like you to waste your action. That was what I would like you to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, I'm just staying right where I am. I might move to this lower corner here, away from that blue fellow.
You're
All right.
you're outside of my warning wind if you're there.
Oh well, all right. It's a little closer. How's that?
I mean, you can leave it if you want, but there's still the one that Ross hasn't ripped asunder yet.
Right.
I'm working on it. It's very far away.
Fair. All right, I'm done.
And we will start next week with whatever Belwyn does.
No.
Live and in person Ben Heisler.
Oh my God! Yes, this is
Excellent.
great.
Less robotic.
Somewhat less robotic.
Probably cut its head off.
Yeah. Okay.
110011.
And then we'll find out it doesn't need its head.
I mean,
right.
you might. Alrighty. So, I'm looking for something right here. There we go. Thank you for joining us on this adventure tonight. Please, if you can, like, follow, and subscribe. We're really trying to start to grow our numbers. Thank you, chat, for inspiration, literally and figuratively. We love having you with us. You are the highlight of our show. We'd like to thank our listeners and supporters, particularly including... Take it away, Koda.
Our recent subscribers, Old Slow Tiger, and our most recent cheers, Maxim. Thank you, and to everybody in the chat tonight. We literally couldn't do this without y'all. We need y'all to sound check us, because...
How does internet work?
Clearly, we can't do it. So, hang out for a few minutes, because we're going to do our porch lag and then raid to this other...
Better Than Heroes!
Better Than Heroes show. But regardless... Join us next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to see what happens next, and follow us to adventure!